Hopefully my camera doesn't cut out. It likes to record in gigabytes, which is ridiculous, and it's a pain in the butt to upload. So we're gonna go and finish this loop that I started. It's not like the longer drive that I call the Loops Drive, but today I just kind of want to study. Yeah, I like to study most of the day, just kind of, we'll see what happens if I get enough time. But I gotta remind myself, I'm really hard on myself, or I forget the magnitude of some of the accomplishments I made. Like, I would never do this. My phone's probably gonna fucking flop. Nope. Like, looking back, I would have never have done this. Like, driving like this. Like, facing the panic attacks. So I guess I should give myself a little credit. Even though I'm not going super far today, I'm not going to Searcy. You know, I'm making progress, and I'm still doing the damn thing, you know. That's the one thing about major depression. I've had it for years. It can really affect, like, your self-esteem, which is not cool. It's not really sexy at all. You know, sometimes it's not bad, but sometimes it is. So, like, I'll do these little accomplishments, and I'll really forget about the magnitude of them. Like, when I got my motorcycle license, like, I prepared for that. I did a bunch of stuff for that, and, you know, I passed, and a month went by, 2 months went by, and I just, you know, went back to the same old, you know, me. It's kind of like, oh, shit kind of sucks. I don't know. Like, it's hard to rewire. I don't know if that's like, because of my major depression. Like, it's major depression. It's like treatment resistant. Like, drugs don't work for it. They like barely work. So it's not out of lack of trying. I've tried to force myself to be like happy. The best I can do is content, you know, and have a few small laughs along the way. And I'm sure some of this is like circumstantial, you know, like I live on my own. I'm working with this driving anxiety. I'm older. Like, I don't see too many people. And I'm not one of those guys that are afraid to not put out their thoughts or feelings. You know, like, I'll tell you like it is. There's no shame in that. I think that just makes you stronger, more comfortable in your feelings. It's healthy. But yeah, came here from New York, and first couple of years were great. I think working in an office or outside or with people is a big aspect of social life, and if you can choose, you should always choose to work with people, unless you're dealing with some kind of disorder, because it fulfills you, it fulfills your day, it makes you feel good to come home. Yeah, like the first couple of years I was here, like I was working either, my first job I was working outside a lot. My second job I commuted to BB to Little Rock for about 8 months. You know, I was driving. And the second job was less fulfilling. It was an office job. First job was cool. It was more like you know, a nice little crew. But after some time, I was granted some work at home, and once you get work at home, it's great. You love it. But then after a few years, you know, say you stick with a job till you're tired, you're in such complete isolation, especially if you don't use the phones. Like, I was not like a customer service person. I had a different role. So it was very quiet, and I live in an apartment complex, and you hear every little thing that goes on, and it slowly kind of drives you mad. It's like a certain form of prison, as someone once put it. But yes, I'm in my, you know, I'm in my later 30s, and just a lot of people are busy, so my days aren't always actually, you know, are always fulfilled, so to say, with like social activity. I could move back home to New York, but I don't like the snow, and I'm going. And there's just a lot of bad memories in that place. People are kind of, where I'm from, the people are a little more rude. I feel safe saying that. So, trying to, hang on, yeah, belly breathe. Thinking too fast. Trying to fill our morning real quick with a drive. And like I said, I've come a long way. I used to not go more than a block without freaking out. I used to not be able to walk down the street without freaking out. I had like agoraphobia really bad. I know I'm not playing on this as like a crutch or woe is me kind of deal. I'm just putting it out there, like, hey, shit happens, it's real, it can happen to you. Don't let it happen to you if you can help it. Panic attacks, you have no control if that's going to happen or not. But I actually learned that while doing my research, there's a genetic component which makes you more susceptible to having a panic attack than other people. It has to do with genetics, also your parents. If one or the other parent has the genetics too for it, and then you just throw in a random situation that sets off a panic attack. Could be anything. So, like the book says, there's some people that will get panic attacks, and the time this occurs is usually when you're leaving the household, going on your own, like from transitioning to becoming an adult or fully independent. So they say like 20 to early 30s, which is when mine happened. Like major. And the book says there's a Freya, stop. talking to the internet. The book says there's people that will develop panic attacks if they're genetically has some predisposition. They may never, if they never get into a situation that brings out or expresses or exacerbates whatever genetic chemical responses that overreact the amygdala. And then there's people that just don't have a genetic disposition to panic in an unnecessary way. And as the book says, and you couldn't pay these people to have a panic attack. And I thought to myself, I'm like, that sounds lovely. I wish that was me. But I can think of a few people that I could pay that would just never have a panic attack. And one of them is like my best friend. I don't get to see much. He's busy a lot. But you could not pay that man to have a panic attack. It's just not in his genes. Anywho, I had a pleasurable ride. This is going to take a long time to upload. Hopefully you enjoy it. Later.